Thermal Sound Waves, a natural alternative to fast food radio. Yes, indeed. Call us up 212-650-6903. Email us thermalsoundwaves@gmail.com. Yes, that's what it is. We got a guest on the line right about now. We're going to get right to him. Don't want to waste any more time.
Waste no time.
While we still got him. You know what I'm saying?
Shot-town.
Mr. Noonie G. What's happening with you, sir?
What's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
Oh, everything is love, man.
We all right, man. We're happy to have you on the show, Mr. I know we called you Noonie G, but I mean that's but let's just say the full name. I'll let you introduce yourself, the full name of who you are.
Well, it's Harold Noonie Ward. That's my name, Harold Noonie Ward, but they call me Noonie G.
Shout out to you for being on the show, sir. I'd like to thank you for being on here.
Thank y'all for having me.
Now, just for some people that may not know who you are, they may say, why do we have this guy on the show? See Truth and myself, we like to do our research. And we looked at a few people, and we came across you. And big shout out to Miss Makita Smith from, is it Jazzy PR? See, am I correct?
Jazzy Mind.
Jazzy PR, yeah.
Yes. And you are a very interesting gentleman. You have a very interesting story. And you made a very interesting point. And just for everybody out there, we have Mr. Harold Ward here from Chicago, and you're an author of a book and a DVD, Gangster with the Heart of Gold.
Yes.
Now, can you explain that, please?
It's the Noonie G story. It's my past, what I was about, still, you know what I mean. Former High Recommend, one of the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, which is the largest street organization. Y'all call it gang. We call it street organizations in the world. Matter of fact, Bill Clinton said when he was in office, it's the most organized organization, street organization that he ever saw in his life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And I'm one of the former High Recommend members of the Gangster Disciples, and the rest is like history. Matter of fact, all the Gangster Disciples are all over Chicago, all over the world. Most of the time, all 50 states, that was my job. I set them up. Whenever you see Gangster Disciples at growth development, that was my job. I set them up all over.
Because a lot of people used to think, well, either they used to think or they had old ways of thinking what GD stood for until it was redeveloped to say growth and development. Obviously, stuff like that. Obviously, something that was initially. But then as time went on, from the beginnings, it went a different route, and then you had to bring it back to what it initially stood for, which was growth and development.
Exactly.
And I would think that Bill Clinton should know about Gangster Disciples because wasn't there a large amount of them in his backyard of Arkansas?
Oh, for sure. I know they were there. That was one of the first states other than Minnesota I branched out to and started them. So, and they did an HBO special on them.
Banging in a Little Rock.
I know they were there. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Banging in Little Rock showed. I think that was the first time people even really knew that there were people like that in Arkansas, period. And then that's when they realized that it's not to glorify it, but that's when they realized that there's something more than just Bloods and Crips.
Exactly.
So,
as a matter of fact, all the organizations on the street, the gangs and all that stuff started from Chicago with Al Capone in them days. So now I'm not taking no one for the Crips and Bloods, but the first gang was Vice Lords. Period. You know what I mean? That was Chicago, a street organized gang.
So
then everybody else came along,
and they came from from NOM, because a lot of people came from the military looking for work, and they was already organized in NOM.
So how did GD start?
Well, it started between, first it was Larry Hoover was head of the Hot Spring Gangsters, and David Boxdale was Black Disciple. And they got together, and they formed an alliance together, and both of them was chiefs. So they put the G and the D together, made Gangster Disciples. The rest is history. Yep. So that's how I started. Each one of them was 7. And in Chicago, people understand another different way. You glorifying gangs. I'm not glorifying gangs, but they were started to protect the families and get food and do all type of different things. It wasn't until someone out later on, when the powers that be dropped them drugs and everything else, and the Conquer Divine and Cornport Tail and everything else, that's when it started getting out of hand.
Now, was that around the same time that crack started coming in like the mid-'80s?
Right. The crack started coming in the mid-'80s, but when they were setting up the gang disciples, the growth development and all the rest of the things, Blackstone, Vice, all that, this was the 60s.
Right. No, I understand that, but I'm saying when things started taking a turn, when it started going in a different direction.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's when they dropped that crack cocaine. Exactly. You're right. That's when they dropped the crack cocaine there.
Now,
that was it.
I have to. I know the last time I was there, I was trying to look for it and I couldn't find it. And I know, even though you are a Gangster Disciple, and this came from the Black P Stones, but I always had a respect for Chicago because even though they called you guys gangs, I remember seeing that you guys were the first to say, or at least in the last couple of generations, the first to say, let's make our own schools. And you guys would actually put kids in your own schools.
Our schools and all type of jobs, the whole night. You know, we had own clothing line, ghetto prisoners, all that stuff. I mean, we did it all. Entrepreneurs. That's where where the growth and development come in at that type of thing. And to be honest with you, let me tell you this, so people understand and get a twist. The University of Chicago, the University of Illinois, they would not be there if it wasn't for Jeff Ford.
Jeff Ford, he was the one.
Jeff Ford, man, made sure moving people out of there and did a whole lot of stuff that people are not getting credit for.
Now, when you say move those people out of there, explain exactly what all that means.
Well, basically, it was one of the things was, they brought them houses up. Well, they wanted that land, and they brought them out. He made sure they got fair money for them lands.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
We talking about Jeff Ford. Jeff Ford, the Peace Stone Nation, Black Peace Stone Nation. Yeah. They made sure if they would have did what they did, it would not be the University of Chicago, would not be the University I don't know, and it probably wouldn't be Barack Obama or Michelle, because that's where they started. That's what they worked for. That's where Barack got his job for. Michelle gave it to him at the University of Chicago. But if it had not been for Jeff Ford, doing what he did and everything, it wouldn't have been no colleges. It wouldn't have been no colleges in Chicago.
So if it wasn't for so-called, but the society called them as gang members, if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't have been the University of Chicago and other institutions to where people could actually get education, especially like President Barack Obama.
Exactly. They did all that. And that's why we try to tell people. You understand? Don't nothing go on that the streets ain't involved in. From the White House all the way to the streets. I don't care what project they got going on, the streets get it first. They get it first. Anybody do their homework, I challenge them to do their homework. If you believe, and I will give you some for example. When you watch Scandal, the movie Scandal, different things, you see what I'm talking about. Everything they did came from the streets. From the White House down from the streets. That's what I'm saying. So the streets dictate what's going on, period. And that's a perfect example of Jeff Ford. And if you do the homework, you'll see whereas it was a problem with where I met and Jeff Ford now. And Jeff Ford was the only person that you ever saw in history turn a president election. That's how Nixon won the election.
How did ex-President Nixon win the election?
He won the election because Jeff Ford and some guys out there told everybody. And what it was they had got. Let me tell you where it stemmed from. It stemmed from when Martin Luther King came in, and they threw them bricks at Martin Luther King. So, Martin Luther King said he's been all over the South. He's been everywhere in the world, but he ain't never been to he said Chicago is the most racist place he ever been to in his life.
And it still is one of the most segregated places as well.
Yes. He got hit with a brick, and Jeff Ford told the rest of them, if he get hit with another brick, we're going to kill you crackers. All you crackers. And that's what made them stop throwing bricks at Martin Luther King.
Wow.
Real talk. So what happened was, the mayor was Mayor Daley's father.
Daley.
You know what I mean? Richard M. Daley. Yeah, right. And when he became mayor, he was the mayor, he didn't like that. That Jeff had that juice because all of them was together. All of the gangs got together, organizations got together, and they told him, this time we ain't fight each other. We fight for a cause. So after that happened, he didn't like that. So they offered, they gave him, trying to give him $1 million. Just took the money, before that $1 million, for to set up programs for the kids and everything else.
Well, what year was this? What year was this? So people can understand.
67, 68, right? 67,
$1 million.
around there.
$1 million, 1968. It's a lot of money.
Oh, no, watch this. He didn't get the whole $1 million. He only got $250,000. They took the other part from him, and Jeff told him, "So you're not gonna give me the money so I can help the kids?" And no. So that's when Jeff put in the other plan. Okay, I know what to do. I ain't for the fight. I ain't for to go through all the changes. He just went out there to the street and told everybody, vote for Nixon, but we're not playing. It kind of strong on people to vote for Nixon because when it went down to the wire, to win the presidential election, Illinois was the electoral votes to win, and that's how he won. And let me show you, if you look it up online, you'll see where President Nixon invited the man to the inaugural ball. He turned it down and told him, I didn't do that for you. I ain't going nowhere.
Now,
he said, I ain't no Republican. Go ahead.
Now, Thermal Soundwaves Radio, right here. We're right here, man, with the gentleman Harold Noonie G Ward, or Mr. Ward, like to say. Here, we're here with Thermal Soundwaves Radio with Siege with Kev Lawrence. It's also rumored that people like Jeff Fort, the Black P Stones, people like yourselves and others of the Gangster Disciples, and of course Vice Lords, that you guys were so strong, even though they still considered you guys as ignorant and dumb gangs. You guys were so strong and so influential in Chicago within politics that Gaddafi tried to help you guys. That's how far you reached out to Gaddafi.
Yeah.
To help get money to take care of the community.
Exactly.
Now we're talking about Gaddafi.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What you said is true. And what they did to the United States, set Jeff and them up, and set a few other people up with homing devices and missiles and different things. But the deal was, he said he gave the money and told them, build your own United States. And he offered that money, the same type of money, to Mr. Farrakhan. And they hold the money. They wouldn't let him get it.
Isn't that when they considered you guys, I think, weren't you guys terrorists, considered the first American terrorists?
Terrorists, yep. Terrorists. Ain't that something? Uplifting our people, we terrorists. Wow. Ain't that something, man?
Well, that's America.
So it's okay when you, as long as you, and like Larry Hoover told, he said, as long as y'all killing each other, as long as y'all doing all that, y'all doing fine. When y'all talking about coming together, politics and all that kind of stuff, oh no, that's not gonna happen. Oh no, that's not happening.
Wasn't Gaddafi, before he passed away, didn't he also try to unify Africa?
Not just unify Africa. He was unifying. He was unifying
that's where they got him.
He was unifying the banks in Africa,
right.
The money that was coming through Africa, so that would be circulated and be controlled by the people in Africa and not the foreign concerns that were in Africa there, raping Africa. That's why they shut him down.
He really told a lot of them to get up out of Africa. That's what it was. Him and all the rest of them other leaders over there, each one of them leaders that got killed, 95% of them, their skin colors are black. Okay, what you call them, but the skin colors are black. And he was one of the ones that was powerful enough to do that. Even when the United States tried to bomb him before, you know what I'm saying? He told them, you know what I mean? He used their own thing against them. They asked him, well, Mr. Gaddafi, how did you know the United States was going to bomb you? He said, I watched CNN News. And he did. He was watching CNN News when they bombed him. When they needed to come get him. That's how he got away the first time.
Thermal Soundwave.
Yes.
WHCR 90.3 FM. We're talking to Mr. Noonie G Ward here on the program, of course. One of the former original high-ranking members of the Gangster Disciples organization. I'm not going to say gang, I'm going to say organizations because people get that twisted when you throw a gang on that. You know what I mean? You guys were organizations.
It's good to say street organizations because when you say gang, you know, when they call you a gang, that's now they can get you for terrorism.
Exactly. And so getting back to what you were saying about, you know, once you are trying to uplift the people, that's not good. But once you're killing yourselves, you know, that's okay. So let's bring that up to what's going on now out in Chicago with I mean, it's a straight up war zone out there.
It was like 42 in the weekend.
Right, and it's a war zone for two reasons. Because nobody get this twisted. It's by design. It's by design. Let me say this to you. When you see, when them white folks want you to stop, they'll make it stop in one day. See, what it is black folks, you ain't scaring them yet. You ain't scaring white folks yet. When you keep scaring white folks, it's going to stop instantly. Remember I said it first. When you scare them, and you start to scare them now it's got to stop now. It's going to stop. Because they'll send the National Guard, man, they can stop this when they get ready. They get paid off these people, man. Get paid off the children. You know what I'm saying? When they want to stop, it's going to stop. And this is the sad part about it. You ask the people to stop. You ask the people to do this. Okay, well, don't shoot each other. Don't kill each other. Don't do none of this type of stuff. Let me give you a snap right quick. Okay, I'm 15 years old. My father in jail. My grandfather in jail. My mother a prostitute. My little sister 12 years old, but she got a body like she 25 years old, okay? I got a little brother who's 8 years old. Now, I'm 15. I'm in school. I'm playing ball. I'm doing what I need to do. Now, ain't nobody gone. Everybody gone, okay? So now I got to be the man of the house. I got to step up and be a man. Now, the two things I know how to do. I know how to play basketball, go to school. Now I have to learn how to sling dope or do something. I can't let my little sister, I can't let her do that because all the dope boys own my little sister because she look good and different things. So now I got to take care of these kids back and forth. And what choices do I got? Then, on top of that, let's put another thing, twist on it. Okay. My schools. You close my schools down. You close 51 schools down. You took all my after-school programs away. You took all the little jobs away. And you want me to be focused and want me to stop shooting, killing? It's not design. You telling me. You're giving me an open thing to do whatever I want to do. Because for the city, you already know. It takes 18,000, maybe 20,000. Okay, let's do this right here. Take 20,000 to educate me so I don't have to do nothing wrong. But it takes 40,000 to feed me in jail. And we talking about balance the budget. I ain't no genius, but 20 and 40 can balance the budget all day long. Cut down the killing, cut down everything else. But that ain't what you want because you get money off these kids and you use the money not for stop the violence or not to help different things. You use it for your other programs. The kids never see that. No, they never see none of that. And then my thing is this. How come every time y'all get ready to cut the budget, y'all get some, it's always black and brown people? I don't understand that. We done been cut so much, we don't even bleed no more. Blood don't come out no more.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, it's, you know, when you first, remember you used to always talk about it, how the cops would tell you what you're doing in a certain area, like you're out of your mind.
Literally.
Remember, I was over there and
told me personally.
I actually fell in love with Chicago because it looks exactly like where I'm from. It looks just like New York. The high trains, that is me right there. That's me. Right. And I didn't, it's still bad for me. How the hell Puerto Ricans are over there? Like, what made you go from Puerto Rico to there? You're supposed to stop in New York first. That's another story. That's a funny story. But it was like, I didn't know how, like, just the mixture, like, they're not allowing people to move around. And, you know, I didn't, it took me a while to understand that and realize that. I'm like, oh, wow. Sometimes people look at you like you shouldn't be in this area. And I'm like, are you for real? I mean, I know we can get a little bit here and there. You get it here and there in other places, but they really mean that.
Yeah, man. Noonie G, I experienced it personally. Like, I was in Chicago in an area where it was like Latinos, and the cops was like, what you doing over here?
Exactly.
Police was telling me that. Like, what you doing over here?
I thought
I was like, what?
Right. I come from that, but
it's just even we get there, like, man, why is you up here in the area? I tell them, is it against the law to be up here? No, okay, then now you move in. You smart, man. I'm past smart. You ain't gonna talk to me and tell me what I'm doing up here. What you doing up here? How come you ain't in the project where they doing the real killing? You walking around back and forth with your partner. Look here, man. You push. I ain't pushing nothing. You can't put me nowhere I ain't never been before. Put me somewhere I ain't never been. That's all I want you to do. I've been in the joint, been in jail, all that. Okay. And the Lord tell police officers, let me say this to y'all. I got mad respect for y'all, but y'all not understanding what's really going on. These kids got no fear of God. When you don't fear God, I don't care who you are. You act like you tough, Tony, all that, but when you don't fear God, you don't care about nothing and nobody. And these Generation X, they call them X, that's what they are. They don't feel God and nobody because why should they? I just gave you a scenario. What I got to lose? If I go to jail, I'm going with my grandfather, my father, maybe my uncle. You know what I'm saying? It's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? So what do I got to lose? Me killing you, me doing something don't mean nothing.
Yeah. Thermal Sideways Radio. We're here with Mr. Harold Ward, a.k.a. Noonie G, author, activist, former high-ranking member of the Gangster Disciples for Growth and Development.
Right.
And I gotta. You mentioned something in a statement you made a while ago, how you're upset with the political figures of Chicago, and not just the regular upset, like how you should be anyway, everybody else should be anyway, but as per certain artists, the rapper Rick Ross.
Right.
There's is it the senator that's trying to lock up?
No, he's a senator. U.S. senator, not state senator.
The U.S. senator. Excuse me.
Yes.
Yes. Not Illinois state senator. The United States senator is trying to lock up all the GDs.
Yeah.
Now, why would you lock up all the GDs? Why don't you just say lock up people that are not, are horrible people? I guess. Why?
Right.
What does this all mean?
And that's the question I'm asking. This is my point. Let's get to it real quick. Okay, I'd even go better if you said, I'm going to lock up all gang members. Okay, that's cool. Now, that's a two-part thing with this. Okay, so you try to say, if you a GD, you get locked up. But if you Vice Lord, Blackstone, BD, or whatever other organization, Latin King, or you just an idiot that's shooting, killing people, right, you got to pass. But if your title, if you under GD, you going to jail. And guess what? He want $30 million for it.
A budget.
$30 million.
Not from Illinois, but from the U.S.
Right. From the U.S., he wants $30 million, right. He want all people to come together and help out the police chief and all that. The police chief told him, not going to happen. You can forget that one, okay? I don't want to be involved in it. He told him. Just like that. Now, let me give you an example of this. This is where the part gets thinking a little bit at. Now, you're the U.S. senator. First of all, you come out, you just had a stroke. You had a major stroke and everything else.
Who's the senator again? What's the senator's name?
Kirk. Senator
Kirk.
Right. Now, you had a stroke. That's the guy, I know you saw it, when he walked up the stairs. He just, everybody was standing up there. All the U.S. senators, everybody was having him go up the stairs. He walked up the stairs. Make a long story short. I told him this, I said, God bless you and your secretaries and right your wrong. And that's how you pay God back. You come out here with some foolishness. And I started thinking, you mean to tell me you put your political career online for 18,000 GDs, which in Chicago is not 18,000 GDs. It's a lot of them. It's over 100-some thousand all over the world. But in Chicago, so that means you ain't only locking up GDs, you're locking up black kids, period. You messing up their lives up just because affiliation or whatever, or they might be hanging with somebody. Now, another thing got to me. I said to myself, I asked my couple of my boys, I got some boys in the White House. I said, man, what's really going on? He said, you really want to know? Yeah. Guess what they asked me? Who is Rick Ross? I say he's the rapper brought by the Skippy.
Say that again. Hold on, Mr. Ward. Say that again so people can understand.
Couple of my buddies asked me in the White House, right? I asked him to tell me what's the real deal. I said, what has he got this fascination that's locking up all GDs, man? He said, no. Who is Rick Ross? These are white boys. Who is Rick Ross? And I told him who Rick Ross was, right? I said, hold on, man. You better not tell me. They said, well, I ain't going to tell you then. You put two and two together. That was a political favor that Rick set up. So it wasn't Rick. It was Rick people. The powers that be in the music business. Because you remember this now, the GDE stopped that tour. That tour was lucrative. That was a major thing. And you know, when you start messing with people's money, white folks' money, Jack, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? They stopped that tour. So their whole thing is, and it makes sense. Because if you want to talk to me, and all this killing is going on, you want everything to stop. You talking to one game? Come on, man, one game? And all these games, because you telling me ain't nobody killing but GDs? Is that what you're telling me? So come back when he got back down, I was like, put two and two together. I said, man, how you see? He said, man, that was a political favor. And it makes sense. Now you tell me, Mr. Lawrence, you tell me, if you was a U.S. senator and you could come up on your term, you know what I mean, you want to stop crying back and forth. You just talking one game or all games. I'm just asking. You tell me.
So not Latin Kings, not Mexican Mafia, not Blood, not Crips,
Blackstone, BDs, Vice Lord, Gangster Disciples, Growth and Development. He wants to lock all of them up.
Wow.
Now, I said to myself, now why does he want to do that? Then when my man told me, the white boy, and they asked me, who is Rick Ross? I said, man, you got to be serious. Then I thought you got to be playing games. He said, man, I'm telling you, I ain't going to say it. You tell me. So it makes sense. Because they stopped that tour. The guys in Atlanta, the guys in Alabama, they say whatever they want to say. Them guys stopped that tour. Rick cut them to them dates off down south. And that messed that money up. That's a personal vendetta.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
now, hold on. But where does this all start from, and what is it about?
It's a couple of things. One thing, first of all, Rick got to use that man's name in his song. Okay?
Mr. Larry Hoover.
Right. What I'm saying is...
And that old song, I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover, Whipping Work,
right.
Hallelujah.
You know that song sold, man. That song cost almost close to 10 million copies.
Millions. BMF is the name of the song.
Yeah. Right. So then another thing was, he had a contract with them where the folks had his back. You know what I mean? Security, right?
Oh, wait. So, wait. So, the Gangster Disciples, he was paying Gangster Disciples.
He ain't never paid, period. That's the problem.
But he initially, he wanted security.
Look, history on this. Rick ain't no stranger to Gangster Disciples. Let me say this thing. One of my guys that was under me, named Mondo, he in jail now. Major guy, major drug dealer. He cool as anything. He brought from Trick Daddy and them, he brought Slip and Slide Records. He was from Chicago. He had so much money. Rick was one of them on that contract.
Wait. Hold on. So Slip and Slide Records, the guy is not really from Miami. The guy is really from Chicago.
But no,
they
started it. They started it. Trick and them started it. He brought the markers. He brought the thing. He had so much money. He brought the thing.
He funded them.
Right. He brought the thing. He brought the real talk. How do you think Rick got away from Slip and Slide?
Because he left Slip and Slide. I was with what's the guy dude? That dude's name. It's the big Haitian dude. This dude's he's well known, well respected down there. He was with him, and then he left. But then it was like he did leave. I think Wendy Day was talking about that also, like how they was getting a lot of money out of Rick Ross, and he just left. It was easy.
So right, when Rick left, He came to Chicago. My man was Rick knew who Larry Hoover was. This wasn't nothing new to him. He knew who Larry Hoover was, and he also knew Big Meechie and them. How Meechie patterned his whole organization after it was Larry Hoover. That ain't no secret. You know what I'm saying? So the whole deal was, Rick, I'm going to tell you, before Rick used to come to Chicago, man, I knew Rick before Rick knew was anything. He'd have been in the studio doing his thing all the time. Everybody knew who Rick. So Rick playing games like, you know what I'm saying, like he don't know what's going on. He know this stuff's way bigger than that. Way bigger than that.
Bigger than rap.
You know what I'm saying? That stuff, and it's first on your show that you get first information. He know the business. He know what's going on.
So he was supposed to take care of the GDs for all the years they've been taking care of him, thinking like you're going to be a man enough and be like, all right.
It really wasn't all the years. His beef came in with him and the Chief when a money issue. And Rick committed to do this what we do. And Rick, you know what? We can't even use the man's name without paying. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. Even the real Rick, even Big Meechie said, man, you owe homage to the man. You talking about paying homage? Pay him. Give him something. Do something. He felt like he didn't have to because he got with the powers that be. All other powers that be told him this is what's going on. You know, other powers that be to them with the feds and everything, yeah, and that's what that is. And that thing was considered the church, that was a Fed move.
So the people,
a personal favor.
So the people at the labels and the record companies and all that
was
telling Ross, listen, you ain't gotta pay these people. You ain't gotta give nothing to Hoover and all of them. Like this,
but people don't remember this now. Rick worth $100 million. When we get that Maybach thing,
right.
100, 150, 120 million. When they get through talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
Rick worth at least 150, 150 million. So when you get through talking, that's a lot of bread, Jack.
Right.
You be messing with.
Right.
And what about I know a lot of people been asking JoJo, the guy he's from your part of town also.
JoJo Capone?
JoJo Capone. A lot of people been asking him. I know he's like been staying out of it, but it's to the point where it seems like he's saying like, you know, Rick Ross is going to have to pay sooner or later, or else a lot of the tours are going to stop. And all of a sudden, that's when all these videos started appearing. Like, listen, you can't eat down here. You can't eat in Alabama. You can't eat in Georgia.
Georgia, you know, he made a bad. What made me mad was we got on the stage talking about you see that video in Miami. We did the radio interview. I was there with my slit chink coat on, and you dig, and
yeah.
I'm at the home. I ain't worried about nobody back and forth. Come on, Rick. You wasn't in Chicago. You was in Rosemont, Illinois.
Oh, he wasn't in Chicago?
You wasn't in Chicago. Huh?
I thought he was in Chicago.
No, Rosemont, Illinois. That's a suburb way out there where really white folks at. He wasn't in Chicago. He was just a dude. I don't even want to go there because, you know, it's a radio show. I know people listen to it. Take my word. Look it up. He was at Rosemont. He was at the All-State. He was out of Chicago. He was almost an hour 45 away from Chicago. I'm telling you. Just look it up on the message. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look it up. Google it. You know what stuff I'm talking about when he was at. I was at Chicago. No, you wasn't. Because you'd have been in the areas where they be having the shows at, and plus you wouldn't have did all that. And plus you had so much security on the stage, so much security beside, and you were so scared. How scared they was. All that old talking he talking about, man, when they got there back and forth, man, Rick put everybody out backstage. But all that old tough Tony talking, right? All that old tough Tony talking. And let me tell you something else. When old boy came there, what's his name, Meek Mills and them,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to told Meek Mills and them, hey, bro, this ain't a good idea for you right now. You know what I mean? I told him. Right now, hey, Mick, call my boy, which my boy was Lou Jones, the guard played for the Philly 76. That's his best friend. Say, Lou, don't let Mick come in, man. Because if he thinks people playing a game after what Rick just did, man, talking about ain't nobody this, ain't nobody that, man, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It be like, man, I don't know what it is. The Chief ain't never said nothing about do this and do all that. People taking it in their minds to really go out and do what he wants done. But he don't never say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you know what I'm saying? So, right.
A lot of this could have been taken care of if, other than taking care of Mr. Hoover, but helping out with organizations with feeding the kids.
Yeah. And take care of it. All you gotta do is take care of it. And it's the sad part about it, man. I could see if you never been to Chicago, you never hung out in Chicago, my man used to look out for you, give you tons of money and different things before you went to jail. Come on, man. Stop it, Rick. That's how you knew about the GDs.
And
you ain't no stranger.
What does the... Because I know people was saying that your symbol looks familiar with something else. Your symbol looks like the same symbol for the Hebrew symbol. What is it?
It is Star David. Star David.
Oh, it is a Star of David.
Right. Remember I told you David Boxdale?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it comes from. His name was David, and that's what's his symbol. David Boxdale. That's how it came. Right.
The Star of David Boxdale.
Right. Exactly. Because his name was David.
Is there any religion connected with that, like Hebrewism? With that as well, or no?
It means, you know what I mean, life, loyalty, and all that kind of stuff on there. But a lot of guys just hooked up, man, into it. I'm a Christian. A lot of guys are Muslims, Christians, everything. You know what I'm saying? But that star don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? That star means that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? For guys, you know what I mean? Or street organization. To us. To them. You know what I mean? To the Jews, it means the Jewish star. You know what I'm saying? But for that. And if you look, you'll see a lot of organizations took different things. And like the Blackstones, they are on the sides. Vice Lords, they are on the side. 5 points. That's the Muslim things, right?
Yes.
The BDs, the GDs, under the 6, which is the Star of David. And for other people.
So let me ask this: when people, and it is what it is. I'm saying it. Thermal Soundwaves Radio. I'm gonna say it. When you have Bloods on the East Coast and the South, I'm not too sure they do it on the West. I don't think they do this on the West. But Bloods on the East Coast and the South, when they say they rep that 5, is that a Muslim thing?
Yeah, you know who started the Bloods?
That was the gentleman. He actually came from Chicago, didn't he?
T. Rogers.
Yes, Mr. T. Rogers.
You know who his chief was? His chief was Jeff Ford. He tell you all the time who his chief is. He don't be no bones about it. Jeff Ford was his chief.
Yes, yeah.
You know what people don't know? They don't know Suge Knight was born in Chicago, going to Chicago, and moved when he was like 11 or 12 to get away from the games. He went straight to what's now. People don't know that.
Wait, say that again?
Suge Knight. He went to school all the way till 11, 12 years. His mama got him out of there, out of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And because she wanted to get away from the games. He went to school on 83rd and Blackstone. When I did my concert, my tour with Dr. Dre and all of them, I was the first one that did the tour with, when Dr. Dre came in town. And Dr. Dre, that's when Snoop was just had that one part, they know with the G thing and all that. Yes. I took me, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight. That's how we so cool. We took him around Chicago. Suge knew exactly where to go, what to do, how to do it. So I take him over 83rd Street, man. Took him over 83rd Street. I said, what's this? He said, man, here's my house right here. It's the school I went to. He named his lady's name. His teacher's name was our babysitter. He said, my mom got me out here, man. We took me to L.A. She knew that was what happened there. She did better leave me in Chicago.
And that's
when... That's Suge Knight, he'll tell you.
Yeah, and that's when he also left, went to college. And he also played for the Rams, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was a bad boy. Football.
Yeah, he was a great football player. Very good, I heard.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So what's your book, man? We speak about the whole Rick Ross situation. We spoke about how great, it still baffles me how you talk about how, the school systems and how you guys, the P. Stones, like Jeff Ford, and everybody else, just because I only say one name, don't mean that we respect everybody that was moving with the organization, not gang, organization. With all this, what is next for you? What is it that you're doing now?
Right now, I'm writing a book. I'm going to write another book. Then one guy from the White House that's called, we almost finished with it. It's called Gangsternomics Politics. Man, when this book here, hey, man, I'm going to be on y'all show. Everybody, I'm going to be on everybody's mama. This book right here is going to throw you off, man. It's going to throw you off. And also, I got an upcoming, I'm featuring, I don't know, man. Don't ask me how I got this. I don't know. Blessing God. Bloomberg Magazine and Newsweek Magazine in August edition. You know what I mean? I'm featuring in the magazine about street violence. And that magazine there, now I got to take my hat off to Mr. Bloomberg, though, man, because I asked some people what's the reason for this. They say, man, the man about peace, and the man said, I'm going to be the first one, see if he can take it to another level. Because, you know, that magazine got all billionaires and everything in it. I was surprised.
Let me tell you something about Mayor Mike Bloomberg. Mayor Mike Bloomberg of New York City is a businessman first. That's what he was before anything. Mayor Mike Bloomberg is the vice president of the United States of America. He probably has more pull than Joe Biden. Probably than President Biden. Bloomberg, if all communications and all that stuff, that's him. Even if he's not in office, he's in office. So congratulations for you for being in that publication, your book you have coming out, and all that.
Say one more time the name of the book coming out.
Gangsternomics Politics. And you know the book I got out right now is called The Gangster with All the Gold, the Noonie G Story. It's about my life, you know what I mean, and everything about different things about the streets, and it's a hell of a book, man. Everybody, I got to take my hat out to Arnie Duncan, with the Secretary of Education, right? He's from Chicago. He's setting up where he want every school to get it because it's lesson learned in there. It's about all types of them. You see it, man, it's over like 100-some pages, man, but it's easy to read, but when you get it, man, you get it. You understand what it's about.
Is that woman still in office? What's her name? She always with the big hats.
Maxine Waters.
Oh no!
I don't know. Not Maxine Waters. It's the other woman.
You talking about Tillman, Dorothy Tillman.
And I think that Gator tried to do something neighbor, and I think like she shut him down on TV. She shut him down. She in front of another gentleman. I hear that she's very, even though she wears the big hats like the church lady. I hear she's very, very strategic.
Oh yeah, she good. Matter of fact, she opened up the Harold Washington Culture Center, and they still try to take it from her. She ain't going for it. And that Culture Center, maybe 1,500 people, but it's off the chain though, man. It's off the chain. Everybody and their mama's been there. Everybody go there. You know what I mean? It's nice, man. Yeah, but she did a lot of good things. Dorothy Tillman did a lot of good things, man. Her and the kids, they run the culture center now, you know what I mean? And people argue with them a little bit, man, because they don't like what's going on. But her whole thing was she making sure the people is like doing what they're supposed to do and bringing a real culture that this ain't gonna be no rap thing, you know what I mean? This gonna be like it is, the Culture Center, the Harold Washington Culture Center. And different things going on with plays and different things, you know what I mean, other than just rap, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's a good thing there, man, yeah? It's a good thing, yeah.
Where's that located, the center?
It's on 47 in King Drive.
You know what? See, next time we go out to Chicago, we got to just stop over there. I actually want to go and see where you guys, I know they may be shut down now, but I would love to see the streets that the schools y'all guys had in the 60s. And 70s.
Oh, yeah.
For the kids.
Yeah, there you go. Some of them go. Some of them still. Matter of fact, some of them is still, and some of them go.
Where were they located? How about that?
They got some of them because they're in different areas. But some of them they just took down. They rebuild them. You know what I'm saying? And they rebuild them and they tear them down. That's the song is talking about waste money, man. It's just wasted. You just rebuilt these schools. You know what I mean? Maybe 3-4 years ago. Now you shutting them down.
How do you feel about the closing of a lot of these neighborhoods
I hate it.
in Chicago?
I hate it.
Like a lot of people like to say Cabrini Green. I think I was there for the last little buildings by what's that guy? This singer's name? I'm your mom and your daddy. I'm the dude in the alley. I'm your pusher.
Curtis Mayfield.
I was on Curtis Mayfield Way. That's where I was at. And I was in. I went in the project. It looked like District 9. It looked crazy. It just stadium lights and all that, but I was there. I think that was like the last couple of buildings before they actually tear out the whole neighborhood that was Cabrini Green.
Right.
How do you feel about that, especially when you're taking a couple of those people that were into gang life and relocating them next door to their rivals?
See, and that's the part I'm talking about. That's the crazy part. These people, you know, they call it project, everything. That's what they call it. We was project, and we didn't turn out to a project how they want us to be. The project, we know how you say, we beat the teacher. You know what I mean? And, you know, and that's the sad part about it. They keep trying to put us in different areas, and we keep on, whatever you do to us, we keep coming up. We keep on, because we that type of people. You know what I'm saying? Whatever adversity that you give us, we come up. We do our thing with it. And this thing is, when them schools and them other people, places they move them up, they knew what they was doing. See, all this stuff is about money and design. You know what I'm saying? When they keep thinking, like, well, okay, with South Side Projects, that's good land. Remember this, too, now. Ain't no tornadoes or nothing coming through that. They try to get away from us. And yet still we cool. But wherever they move, they go to tornado. They don't understand they curse. They don't get that far. So wherever you move, if you move us out and move us to your nice neighborhood and you come back in here, the tornado going to come in here. Because you curse. So, I mean, and then on top of that, you got people banging and shooting each other that been at each other for years, and all of a sudden you're going to put them in the same area as each other.
They're next door neighbor.
Right. So you telling them you want them to kill each other. You telling them that's what you want them to do. And that's the part that makes me mad, because they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? And then I saw every black person and every Miss Black leader, I ain't even say black leaders, Miss Black leaders, should have got together, took to the street and said enough is enough. Enough is enough. Everybody, man, you closing down schools, man, you know how many kids, bro? I'm going to explain this to you. When August get here, I'll tell you again, we can talk again in September, and we'll talk again in September or October. Watch how many murders it be. And if there don't be so many murders, watch how many kids drop out of school and was doing good, because they feel their life. Now, I got a choice between go to school, get my education, or my life. Go to school, education. I think I'll take my life. You know what I mean? Because if I go over here, I've been shooting this dude for a long time, or I haven't even been shooting at him. My friends have, or people just, I know, been shooting at him. Or just me just being in the area. You know what I mean? They want me to go to school with these guys who I know going to get me. Because we've been fighting every day, shooting each other.
So what could be done? What do you feel could be done to help out with the violence in Chicago? Because there's a lot of young lives that are really young and not so young lives. It's just lives, period, that are dying.
Entire generations
out there.
Done.
Man, take time, man. But the first thing is, you got to give them something to do. You got to get on their level. You got to say, okay, here, these are schools. We need more schools. We need more after-school programs. We got to keep giving them something to do as long as they keep their mind occupied. If you kept me occupied, I don't got time to be on no foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And we got to educate them to the point about life, about what the good and the bad, about long longevity. And let's tell them, man, your life expectancy is 15. Come on, man. 15? 15 years, so you got to teach them, man, enjoy life. Okay, then you also got to give them jobs. Okay, you want me to stop selling drugs, stop doing this. I ain't got to get no job for $25 an hour. I would like that, but at least give me something to take care of my family. At least give me a $15 an hour job. All these top corporations that's getting this money out of these people, right? All of them ought to get together and put jobs together just for the youth all over the country. If you put jobs just for the youth, I mean, like never before, you'll cut down a lot of different things, because a lot of people don't want to sell drugs or gang bang. They don't got no choice, bro. No choice. They don't got no choice. Right. All I'm saying is give them a chance. Make the scales balanced for one time. Just make the scales balanced. If you didn't make it balanced for us, make it balanced for the kids. You got to give them something to do. You steady take it from them, and you want them to act civilized. How's that? I don't care who you are, what race of people you are, black, white, red, other. If you keep taking it, if I don't got nothing. My man said, Billy Preston said, nothing for nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something. You want to be with me. So if you're taking away everything and I don't got nothing, what you think I'm going to act? How I'm going to act? How should I act? What should I do? Absolutely. I just want to know, what should I do?
Yeah, well, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it's going to have to come from organizations that, have some of that power, is already doing some things or have those links, because the powers that be, is beneficial for them to have it the way it is. So they're not going to try and change that.
Right.
Do you feel people like Rick Ross, the rapper, could actually help be a catalyst to help get things going?
Most definitely.
What do you think he could do?
Rick could get jobs up. You mean to tell me that $100 million worth of money, jobs? And they don't got to be rapping jobs or what's going to be jobs. People want jobs, money, little kids, projects. You know what I mean? Different things help them out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he has a rapper out now, right? He has a rapper out now, Rocky Fresh. That's from Cali.
No, but he's saying more than just the rap stuff, like just regular jobs.
Right, but see, but this one, my point is this. This is what I be trying to tell people. Okay, that's cool, but everybody can't rap. Everybody can't be an NBA. Everybody can't be a doctor. But everybody can do different other things. And my thing is this: give them a chance. It ain't just Rick. It ain't Rick. You know what I mean? Rick cool. I call everybody out, and I call my boys and out, from Common to Kanye and everybody else. Let me tell you, the only person who actually really doing something. Okay, the rest of them got different things that they doing, like different organizations. But like Tupac said, the money that you give, you stop at the middle class. Them ain't the one who need it. It's the people in the hood need it. You know what I'm saying? And remember this: the people in the middle class ain't doing the shooting. It's the people in the hood doing the shooting, who ain't got nothing to do. So I'm telling everybody else, the only person that really doing something is Wayne Wade. He always been like that. D. Wade always been like that. When he saw stuff on BT, man, we been know that. He always been that. Terry Cummings back there today, ain't nobody else looking out doing nothing like they supposed to. They just talking, but they ain't doing nothing.
So Derek Wade is one of the only peoples out of entertainment that really comes back and
Dwayne Wade, right?
Excuse me,
Dwayne Wade.
Excuse me.
Plays for champion Miami Heat.
Doing the damn thing. I'm sorry.
It's him and his sister that has the organization out there in Chicago, right? His sister.
Yep. Him and his sister. Him and who else? Him and his brother, his mother, all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dwayne been like that for years, man. It ain't like he's just doing that. He been doing that.
So it's not a publicity stunt with him.
No, I'm telling you, because I be one of the first ones to tell you, man, he on bullshit. Never. Dwayne never give you, and he would give anybody anything he got, G, because he know where it came from, where he come from. He ain't had no problem saying when he talked about his mom and father was on drugs. It was right. He was right.
How about people like your guy? How about Kanye West and Common and everybody else?
Man, they got organizations, but they don't run the organization, and the organization only goes so far. It's not hitting the hood. It's not hitting the hood. It's not hitting the hood. It's not.
Well, I just want to make sure we say that. I just want to make sure that we're clear on our side. Even though we do commend them or amend them, which we want to say that they actually start organizations. Like obviously, it's people in it that needs to move it, but I shout to them for doing something.
It don't matter. If no disrespect, the people that get their stuff don't need it. Why would rich white kids or rich black kids get it? What do they need for? They got money already. So I can't commend them. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm no disrespect to nobody else. I can't. And you come from the hood, and you be talking about the hood, and you been around the hood. Come on, man. I ain't going for that.
But don't Kanye West take pictures with you?
That's my man. I mean, he cool. But Kanye or something totally different. I mean, he don't, you know what I mean? Now, let me tell you something. Kanye will be like Dwayne. He's just saying he just got a lot of stuff going on. It's a difference from Common. Man, Common coming this level, man. Common, God, that's bullshit. That's a front. And he don't let them, I'm telling you, I don't care who they is. I'll tell it. It don't matter to me. I don't care who it is. Because you know why? It's about these kids. They die. They dying. And I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't care about your feelings.
Easy. We on air. We on air.
I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. I know it's emotional time. It's emotional time, so, you know.
Right. And I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't care about your feelings when kids are dying every day. When you just asked me about the weekend. Over the weekend, it was 76 shot, 15 dead. I don't care about your feelings, man. That's one weekend. One weekend. And let's go back and say last year, over close to 600 people, we broke a record. You think I care about how you feel? Come on, man. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize again. I just get emotional again, maybe because they got it, man. They can do something, man. This their name, man. They do something.
And
how
does kids?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. They ain't doing nothing. Nothing.
So R. Kelly, Common, and Kanye West ain't doing nothing.
No. They doing a little. You know what I mean? But the rest of them, they ain't doing nothing. They organizations, man, go so far with the money. Even R. Kelly ain't even got an organization. He think he's way out because with that little situation with the kids, so he keep playing on that. Okay, bro, you can stop playing on that. You was acquitted of that. Now, come on, do something real with these kids. So I'm saying, that's his way out. Derrick Rose ain't doing nothing. Derrick Rose have a basketball camp every year. Who don't go to your basketball camp? The man ain't been to his basketball camp yet. He give away a lot of good stuff for Adidas. Only 500 kids get it. Okay? But what about the other stuff, man, during the school years? I give away over 5,000 to 10,000 book bags and school supplies on their Christmas toys every year. I do all of this kind of stuff. I ain't got it like that. But my heart is in the right place. See, they figure till they make it. And that's why we try to tell people, man, these kids, man, know what's what. And the life you save one day might be your home.